I'm bringing up something that
people didn't even know that
I'm
I broke
streaming.
up with her. You know how many people right now just figured that out because you said that?
bro, everybody knew you broke up.
No, they didn't. No, I be in my Discord. They asked me if I'm still in a relationship. You just dropped it. It's okay, but like that's not something that you should just yell about to try to say I was happier.
Step one.
You said that. You literally said in your vlog you were happier. You said this is that. You didn't say you were happier, but you said this is the happiest I've ever been in my life in that vlog. The only point I'm trying to make is that.
Hold on.
Girls, bro. You don't hate females.
No, I don't. I love women. Women are great.
What
a dumb opinion. Like, Bryce, do you hear how dumb you like girls? Is this point?
Bro, but all the time you're over here like,
who's ever doubted?
I don't need a bitch.
Who's doubted? I've never said that. I've never said I don't need a bitch. Bro, what are you talking about?
I want please make a compilation. Please.
A compilation.
Why the fuck am I here?
Bryce, well, because someone else needs to be in this.
Bryce, help us, Bryce. We're having problems in our relationship.
It's not very haram, bro. This shit is not very haram, bro.
You think he doesn't like females? As a whole?
I don't think he doesn't not like females. He just says a lot of fuck shit.
Sneeko do say a lot of fuck shit. It's just funny.
Sneeko, you're going at Gideon because he said personal information that wasn't out public?
No, I'm not going after him about that. He's a bot, so he didn't understand that. I'm just like, I'm getting at Gideon because he has changed.
Call that nigga a bot.
Jokes about funnier stuff. He would be like, I was trying to brainstorm pranks the other day. He's like, oh, the old Gideon would do that, and now he's saying like, now the jokes he's making are very family friendly. He's turned into Disney Channel when he used to be wild.
Let me for context.
He wants to get on the trending page.
Old Gideon I was talking about was doing Walmart pranks. Yeah, old Gideon would do Walmart pranks. I'm not doing a Walmart prank anymore. That's what I said by old Gideon.
Yeah.
No.
And bro, okay, you know what?
Yo, Gideon's chat. Do you think that Gideon switched up?
You apologize. I apologize for bringing up your relationship.
I don't care. But Gideon's chat. Do you think that he switched up once he got more famous?
He had to change his content, bro.
You used to be more wild, and then now you're fucking trying to be Nickelodeon.
He had to change up his content.
I literally call myself Kyle Rittenhouse in my videos.
Just cause he has more bread. That's stupid. It's not for fun anymore. It's his life. It's like literally his life.
What do I do different from my old videos to my new videos? What do I do different?
You don't do anything that might be touchy, and you defend the bait.
Okay, what did I do touchy before?
You said the old Gideon. I was giving you a prank idea. I said that you should dress up like a woman and go to a pride parade, and you said the old Gideon would do that.
But that's not even funny.
Yo, bro, this is a Bryce interview right now, and Gideon, you got triggered and you derailed my interview. You started doing screaming and shit like that about my relationship.
Okay, you know what? I'll apologize. You know what? Get back.
Why did you have to turn it into that? You went like,
oh, because you brought up Pokey. 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 Yeah. You were trying to instigate. You know what you try to do? You try to gang people up on me. Like, bro, ain't he a bitch for apologizing?
Sneeko.
Ain't he a little bitch? No, he apologized. Bro, you know what you're doing, bro. You know what you're doing. You try to act all innocent and stuff, but you know what you're doing.
When am I trying to act innocent?
Look at his face. Bro, Sneeko be lying, dog. He has the facial expression of a nigga who fucking around.
Bryce, how did you get into TikTok?
He's trying to change the subject. Look at the nigga swallowing dog. Evil, dog.
I've been on social media since I was 14 years old. But when I was 19, some of my boys, they were telling me that like this TikTok platform was gonna blow up. And it was just lip syncing and shit. And I was 19, about to be 20, and I looked at them and I was like, guys, I'm 19, I can't do this, man. But I also looked at it like, yo, my bank account's low, and this might have been my only opportunity because everything else was like stagnant. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna send it. And I did it for.
Did you ever feel cringy doing the dance videos?
Oh fuck yes, man. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, boy, gotta make his bread.
I'm so glad that I'm doing the shit that I like to do now.
How did you get over the cringe when you were doing the dancing videos?
Even I don't know who this nigga is.
Dude, you want me to be like completely honest?
Yeah.
And this is gonna sound so fucked up.
Drinking?
I would do the I would do the dance, and then me and my boys would laugh, and then we'd look at our bank accounts, and it's like it's for this. It's for this. It's for my mom. I'm buying her a house, and then I'm done this shit.
Yeah.
Do you think it's kind of like male OnlyFans?
Male OnlyFans. No, because I'm not getting paid off of the videos. I mean, if you look at my shit now, it's not fucking dances. I don't do that shit anymore.
How long have you been fun of Addison Rae's dad? You did like a duet.
Oh yeah, I did. No, yeah, her dad's wild on TikTok. He actually just favorited a tweet today, kind of like shading me. I was like, yo, this guy, like, what's going on with him? He's like trying to box Young Gravy, who's like that rapper. And then I don't know, bro. His dad, Monty is probably 5'5". Yeah, like 5'6".
He's like, I forgot you used to date. Okay, what was he like when you dated Addison?
Wait.
I know you know some stuff. Like, dude, he was good, but I also was like told that like he was sober. He was sober, and then I would see him out at clubs and like at these events, and he would just be like fucking clearly hammered, like clearly drunk out of his ass. But I would also be drunk, so I would just kind of be like, yo, what's good? Why are you not always in the you know?
Was he cheating on Addison's mom back then? And it just came out.
See, like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know if they were ever together. Like, I don't know.
So it could have been like all of
like one of those situations where you don't ask, you don't speak. Like, you just kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I was just like there. But I didn't really talk to her parents that much. I was kind of just like, you know, with their daughter.
So you texted me how much you made. And it's a lot of
money.
Life-changing money.
Wait, Bryce, can you text me that real quick? Now I want to know.
So, well,
do you have it? You have to text. You want me to DM it to you on Instagram?
Yeah, DM me real quick.
What I have to ask is, what are you gonna do with that money? Because pretty much, like, that's money to be set for life, man. Like, what are you gonna do with that?
I wouldn't say set for life, but I'm definitely gonna first off pay off all my properties. And then once I fully pay off everything, I'm gonna buy myself a present, like a cute, like present, probably a Lambo truck. And then after that, I'm just gonna be chilling. My videos are gonna be way more upgraded. Yeah.
For what? For how much? For how many movies?
For two.
Two movies. And wait, that's up front or like paid in installments?
Paid right after I finish the second one. First one I already got paid, but second one it's like.
See, Sneeko?
Bro, why am I talking about 9/11 and shit like that? I should apologize more. Fuck.
Hold on, Sneeko. Before we continue, I want to say, because I don't want people to. I have no animosity towards you. You know.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't tell if you guys like each other, if you hate each other.
I love Sneeko.
I love Gideon's videos too. I feel like sometimes I defend Gideon more than Gideon defends himself. I'm trying to
I feel like I defend myself. I defend myself.
I think I can resonate with a lot of your fans.
You know what I be thinking sometimes? Like, damn, what if I just let these motherfuckers just like go crazy? But then again, I just look at it and I'm like, I don't want that to happen because, like, I wouldn't like that. You know, like your guys, they go crazy. You know. You don't reel them in. If I wanted to unleash the Janeon Nation, it would be actual AIDS on everybody's stuff. No, I'm being for real. Like,
yeah, I know you're right. I saw your Discord server. That's definitely true.
Like, it would be actually like horrendous what damage I could do to people, but it would be no better than.
So why didn't you do that to Tommy Innett's fans?
What do you mean?
Didn't you just like you could have just unleashed them?
I could have. I really could have.
I mean, I feel like
crazy? When I was talking to him, I'll just say when we had our conversation, I didn't realize how many because I didn't see it. But bro, oh my gosh, when he told me, like he said, bro, on everything, it's nonstop about you, and I didn't even unleash them, and like that was me being nice. I was just thinking, bro, what if I was an asshole about this? And I was like, fuck Tommy, attack! Like it would have actually been like. It would have been World War III.
Why are you so mature for your age?
Because, man, we don't need to have, like, wars and stuff. Like, bro, I went through that phase already, you know? I feel like I'm grown past that. I just want to make the dope videos possible, have fun with my community. I don't want it to be where I see these people out in public and it's, like, automatic animosity, you know? Because I'm going to run into them. You know what I mean? You probably know the same thing. You don't want, like, issues with everybody wherever you go and stuff. You know, Sneeko, he's in the phase now where he's just like in attack mode. And that phase
you
is
think
cool
it's attack
for a while.
mode, but because you don't see that there's a war on masculinity going on. You don't see that they're trying to suppress us more than they're trying to suppress women. They're trying to make women stronger and they're trying to make men weaker. Bryce, can you agree with that?
Okay, Stinko.
I mean, I would agree. I would agree to a certain extent.
But he's holding back because he has the movie deals.
No, I'm about to answer what you just said.
Yeah, see that laugh? Bryce agrees with me, but he can't say it because now he got that big money.
I never said I fully agree.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Like what you just said. You said there's a war on masculinity and stuff. You know what? If you want to fight that war, I give all props to you. But all you do is L3 Lasanabi, bro. You just why don't you attack the issue?
I do attack the issue.
You do, but why don't you just keep it at the
about?
issue? You're what's the word? You're targeting individuals straight up to
because they target me first. I didn't even know who
you want to box Hassan.
Lasanabi didn't even. I didn't even know who he was till he started calling me an incel reactor. Before I even started streaming, he called me an incel 10 times in his stream, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I just spent a month making this video, and he could just look at it, react to it, and call me an incel 10 times in a row. Their streaming is way easier. He's getting more views. What am I doing trying to make artistic videos when this fucking idiot with painted nails on goes on stream and just calls me an incel? Fuck that. You want to apologize and make a
He talk shit about me too.
And yeah, bro. Bryce, could you tolerate if someone's talking shit about you? Would you just get over it?
I mean, new me, yeah. Honestly, it's just giving more attention to your name. It's giving more attention to your name, and you can just vibe and chill.
You know what I think the difference is between you two and most of the chat watching who agree with me is that you guys have made a lot of money. And so you have the privilege of kind of saying, it's whatever. But when you're still a normie and when you're still trying to get out of it, it's not that easy to just be but you can kind of just coast on the money and forget about it because you're one of the most successful influencers on the platform. So you got to do that. I'm not at that level. Most of my chat's not at that level.
At the rate you are going, by next year you will be.
Snicko, you just
you're going to look back at this stream. You're going to look back at this stream and be like, damn.
I'm gonna stick with those people. The things that you don't realize is that 1 in 3 men haven't had sex in over a year. 1 in 3 men are either virgin or haven't had sex in a year. Most men are invisible.
Which one out of us 3 is it?
Well, it's none of us, but I mean, Gideon probably.
No. I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Bro, okay. Hassan talked shit about it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay?
Hassan.
It's now.
That boy took a swig of a drink.
To get him on your
right.
Just to talk to him because he reacted to myself every day. Every day he reacts to me, but he won't talk to me. Pussy.
But before you asked him to get on your stream, you would say
say every day he reacts to me, but he won't.
He doesn't want to talk to you. Now let's say
he wouldn't talk to me even before that. After he first reacted to me, I said, hey, why don't we get on a call and talk? Didn't want to. That's what the left is like. That's what those people are like. I made a video. I posted it right after he did the reaction. He didn't want to do it.
Did he see the video?
Probably. I don't know.
Bro, I don't see every video that someone makes about me, so he probably didn't see it.
He's a streamer.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, you don't need to know. Just painted nails.
But what I'm saying
painted
is,
nails.
I feel like you're just making enemies.
I don't know who
don't need to be made.
No, they're cancel culture, and Lasanabi doesn't want you to succeed, Gideon, but you don't see it. Same thing with L3. They don't want you to succeed, but you don't get it.
Bro, they might not want me to succeed, but that's why they're not my friend.
Yeah.
You're my friend.
No, you're saying that they're cordial.
So you're my friend.
Cordial.
Yeah, that's a bullshit word for friend. Bryce, why do you not fully agree that there's a war?
No, it's not. There's friends and there's no. You can't just go past that. No.
Okay, cordial friend.
Cordial.
Okay. Bryce, why do you not fully agree that there's a war in masculinity?
I don't get why did you wear a do-rag if he's bald.
I don't think it's a war. I think it's just agendas being pushed.
I actually have hair. I have a big forehead, but I actually have hair on my head.
That most people don't know because you're really deep into the industry.
I'm not going to speak on that. But I support creators like you and a bunch of other people that are actually speaking out about certain stuff. Some things that you say I might not fully agree with, but I think your overall message is somewhat agreeable.
Is it true that you're playing the safe route right now? Are you playing the safe route and not fully saying it because you're putting your career first?
No, I just okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But no, it's not fully that. It's some of the things you guys say. It's holy shit. It's more funny to watch because it's so out of pocket.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No
like,
one else is saying it. A lot of dudes are thinking it, but like the things that you say, like
Sligo said a lot of out of pocket shit. I told you. Oh, so funny. It's kind of funny though.
What do you disagree with?
That all girls look at you for your wallet, and that's all that they.
I don't say that. I don't say that.
Well, you the reaction videos where you estimate or you guess what they say and stuff.
Are you
like, by the way, funny? No, it's funny. No, it's funny. But I don't think every single girl just wants you for what you have. But I do think there are girls that suck you off, like suck you dry.
The way he's nodding his head,
like bank account wise and semen wise. But there are girls that actually like you for you.
Personality. What's your experience? What's your worst experience with a clout chaser girl?
I feel like I pick and choose pretty safe. I make it quite clear that I'm not trying to like get into a relationship with girls, so they can't use me for anything.
I messed with this girl. I didn't even mess with her, but I messaged this girl one time and said, "Bryce Hall DM me before." I'm like, man, this guy's sliding right now. If this random ass girl in my DMs.
Dude, no, it's like, yeah, I'm on TikTok. Every single like attractive girl sliding in. Hey, how old are you? Let's hang out. You ever in LA? Yeah.
She told me that was the first thing that you asked.
Yeah. And it's like, dude,
makes sense.
It's
Yo,
like
what's your body count?
Bro, I'm not gonna say my body count.
Is it triple digits?
It doesn't matter about my body count. It's about what's in here.
My boy safe answer. He probably talking about somebody. He talking to somebody. I mean.
Dude, I'm a high value man.
Do you think sex is overrated? At like the point? Because I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I think sex is overrated.
Way more deep than it
don't lie, I feel like sex is only overrated if you're not having it with the people you actually care about. If you just out here fucking and fucking, bro,
for the one right now.
It's not even worth it.
And like he's preaching, I think there's a lot of
pussy feels so much better when you actually fuck with the person.
Stuff me especially.
Yeah.
So I'm just here vibing. I thought someone like Addison, when me and Addison were together, I thought that was a perfect relationship. I thought we were great.
Why did that end? If you don't mind, if you don't have to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it.
Oh no, it's fine. It's public. It's like there was this cheating allegation of me out there where I like fucked a porn star in Vegas. Which like if it was like a hot porn star, I would have been like, yeah, okay, respect. But it was like this. It just wasn't true. But it was like this girl that just was not attractive in the slightest. But she tried to extort me for $75,000, and I kind of was just like, yo, fuck you. You can say whatever you want. If people believe that I fucked you, like, that's hilarious. And some people did, some people didn't.
I'll never pay somebody to make a message clear.
It wasn't that she believed it. She didn't believe it at all. Like, we even talked off camera and everything. Like, she didn't believe it at all. It was more like the public aspect.
Oh, so it's public image.
Yeah. So she broke up with you for the public image?
Yep.
I think we both mutually like ended it because we didn't want to affect anything that she was doing.
That sucks. You can't be a real person because you don't want to mess up the bank.
It's like one of those heartbreaks. Like, fuck, man.
Was she the one you think?
Like social duty.
Stop making me emotional right now.
Damn, yeah.
Was she the one you think that got away?
Oh man, the one always gets away, so you have to find another one.
Dude, it's like. Yeah, no, we were really happy.
Shit.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Do you know if your close friend slide on her when you broke up?
No, no one slid on her. She's dating like some dude right now.
Some pussy.
He's like complete opposite of me.
He's black.
Like very long
black.
red hair.
Oh, this way.
Painted nails, tattoos everywhere.
Yeah, go look him up real quick.
Painted nails?
Look him up.
Oh, it looks like
look up. Just look him up real quick.
Look up who? What's his name?
Oh. It's a soy boy. It's a soy boy. I guarantee. What the fuck?
That's it. Now I kind of want to see who it is.
Oh man.
It's probably like Megan Foster, Machine Gun Kelly.
So now I understand why you don't feel that bad about it.
I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? Them niggas be drinking each other bloods and all that extra stuff. They don't shower together. Yeah. I'm at the booth, by the way.
No, hold on. 2 seconds.
Yeah, do it. It's. I mean, it's public knowledge. Dating. I mean, it's.
Huh?
10 seconds, nigga.
This is like a sad.
You said 10 seconds?
He actually is very talented.
9:45. I give you. Oh, that's what that nigga look like. Oh hell no. He
he's like the guitarist or something for Kid Leroy.
He's like
So it's like as much as I want to shit, it's like, dude, this guy's fucking nominated for so many different awards, and like he's clearly good with his fucking fingers.
So she went with like the frat boy, and then she wanted to go like
that's crazy.
Inspo after it was like the complete 180.
Yeah, it's like literally the complete opposite of me.
Me personally, I want to allow that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't allow that?
You wouldn't allow your
Oh
ex?
no, I was talking to Chad.
Oh.
What wouldn't you allow? You wouldn't allow your ex to go be independent and be a queen?
I wasn't talking about that.
That's fucked up.
It's a little bit messed up, man. I think you should apologize.
All right, the smoking commence. You gotta do the countdown, Emerald.
Oh, sorry. Actually, you're good at apologizing. You apologize.
I laugh because of Fernandes doing this shit.
You apologized yesterday. Can you teach me how to do it? Like,
Yeah.
Wait, she doing one.
Yeah, I bet.
Clip the part where
Cheers.
I called myself a dickhead.
I think you had like a 3-hour stream, so it's gonna be a lot for me.
Is that an apology or was that a conversation? Was that a
I should
censorship?
just do it
Or was
out
that
here.
you trying to learn?
I think it was an apology / conversation collab. I think you did a cool collab.
Is that what an apology means?
And you got the word apology in there, so.
You right?
No, there wasn't the word apology in the title.
I think my video was 17 minutes. Yours was 3 hours.
Yeah, but you had apology in the title. I was trying to learn about Islam because I was uneducated.
No, I had pushing people Pokemon in the title.
Oh, worse. You met up with the person who canceled you.
You did a live stream.
Yeah, because Pokemon can threaten your life, but like the whole
I can't believe this is an argument.
The whole religion of Islam threatening my life is like the same as Pokemon.
You gotta die for your causes, you know. Malcolm X.
This is an argument about apologies.
I thought you you have to
You
die
had Pokemon.
That's not my beliefs. My beliefs is actually
It's Islam.
My beliefs are in favor of Islam. I agree with a lot of what they're saying.
So now after that apology, you ride with Islam. So are you?
I've been riding with Islam. If you've been watching my streams and not just seeing bot level stuff, I've been talking.
Yeah,
about
I have been watching your streams and you just make fun of them. So now you ride with them.
No, I don't make fun of them. I talk about it all the time about how they have their head screwed on properly and how like even my editor, the person I talk to most, Musa, is Muslim.
I've been hearing.
Wasn't your editor like
Eagle do be like, yo,
about what you said
Islam is like one of the good religions or whatever?
So that's
or he agree with a lot of what they say.
People, and you make them mad.
And I said he understood that I was ignorant, and then I moved forward from that.
Yeah, like you're just joking, but people see that like joking about it is not a good thing. He wasn't joking on it like to be mean spirited. Like it's like, yeah.
I'm gonna go watch a 17-minute.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I'm like they take him out of context. Yeah, like he dead as just joking about it, but he actually do respect it.
You're just eating a burger with a clout demon.
Like Christianity, I could joke about Christianity. Around me, I
have apologized on numerous occasions.
What was the last thing you apologized for?
Damn.
Like publicly?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
When you said the N-word ignoring a music video.
A fight that I got into.
With who?
It was.
Unless he beat up a girl.
TMZ.
And nobody don't care. Who is this nigga?
Such a stupid thing. Alcohol was involved.
Alex who? Oh, we saw his weed shit. Hey, he got the same lighter as me, the same Bubby lighter.
At a restaurant.
Big lighter.
3 shots in.
Sneako light down. He saw his face, he light down. I saw his bong and everything.
That I vaped in his face and then beat his ass, which wasn't the case at all.
That sounds believable though.
I've been caught.
Right. So it's like people running with that, and then that was the narrative that I beat people and vape in their face.
Wow. He don't even give off that.
See how they clip shit and then they spin
the way he's talking right now, I would never believe it.
Who's they?
TMZ.
The people, whatever, the haters.
Niggas in the shade room.
I want to see you fail. But if people knew the actual story, I didn't lay my hands on him first at all.
Any Twitter.
And he had my card, and he wouldn't give it back to me. And he was telling me to leave without my card, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
you pushed me 3 times, and then my friend got in front of me, and then he tackled my friend to the ground, and then I put him in a chokehold.
He put that white boy choke on him.
So that's what.
He said, "Kia."
On some jujitsu shit.
Yeah. Well, it was just more like I shouldn't punch this guy in the face. It was more like, let me just get it done.
Yeah. I think it's better to choke somebody out than this is just like straight up beat their ass. Cause you get choked out, or you see in a position where you let go.
Whatnot.
That'd be better.
Like you're a great seller. And you definitely sold that fight. Even I bought it. And
you made me dislike you watching the lead up to the fight. I wanted to see that. Yeah, I remember.
That was fine.
Dude, I was going the full Conor McGregor, like just fully entertainment, and that's what I do, man. I'm just like a fucking. I literally am an entertainer. That is purely what I am. I know how to entertain people.
Good promo.
I know how to do that shit. But people that only watch the fight, they think that was my personality. But in all truthfulness, that was a facade that I was playing, so that I could sell a fight, and I was the one that sold that entire fight. By a landslide.
It went viral a lot. People really wanted to see you get knocked out.
By a landslide. I know. And I was like, I even waited until someone else would try to, like, stick up, because I was like, damn, I have to be, like, the fucking Jake Paul on this. And everybody was so boring. Everybody was so boring, and they were like, yeah, I'm just here for the money. And I'm like, yeah, you know, you don't get paid unless you sell tickets. So here's me fucking being the entertainment here, and I had to put my foot down and be like, yo, okay. I'll fight you, I'll beat all your asses, all that shit, dude. I'm not a fucking boxer. I'm literally not a boxer. I was a fucking wrestler, and I got into a bunch of street fights.
I remember you saying, like, I've been in 40 street fights.
Yo, what type of fighter do you think you are?
Like, it actually is true.
Like that
ass.
I
actually have been in, probably not 40.
That's a good one. That's a good one. God. No lie, though. What type of fighter do you think you are? No cap. If you were to have to fight a motherfucker, what type of thing would you do? You think that would help you in a fight, like dead ass? You have no weapons, right?
Like that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say the
most. You believe in your hands, or like you?
Wouldn't believe in my hands. Yeah, nigga. What else am I believing? My third leg?
That's what your mama. But I was gonna say, all right.
Well, dude, yeah. It's like
all right, and
Like
I would say this: you believe in your hands. Do you? I'm just asking. I'm not just like trying to say you and personally, but I like to ask people: do they actually believe they can actually like throw hands if they really came down to it? Like,
honestly, bro, if my life depended on it, or I'm getting in a fight, bro, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, sure. So are you like?
There's no questions asked. There's no questions asked.
All right. So you say in boxing form, would you expect your opponent to also box you too?
Oh hell no.
So okay.
I don't know what my homeboy. He might throw a kick. I don't know, nigga.
No, okay. So I'm just saying, like in sportman type of stuff. Like if you were to like spar or fight somebody, your choice of fighting would be boxing.
Yep.
Okay. So
yeah, that's the most simplest one. Because
simplest. Boxing is not that simple.
You know, I'm just saying compared to other fighting styles, I could do grapple, but what if the nigga's bigger than me? Boxing is, it is still difficult, but I gotta throw my hands. But kickboxing, I use my legs. If I use like UFC type mixed martial arts, I gotta use everything. So boxing, the one that's most straightforward.
You gotta practice 1-2s, man.
And that's what I did.
You gotta get somebody who got the thing to. But how accurate or how hard you think you throw a punch?
Honestly, I have no clue.
Like, if you were to throw a punch, how likely you think you are to like you throw? I know you probably throw with your right hand first. Most people do. If you were to, or your dominant hand, you'll probably throw your right hand, right?
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah, I think so.
And then how, like, out of the chance out of 1 out of 10, before the person reacts. I know it sounds crazy. Would you? How likely are you to hit that person?
Well, if I have no clue, bro. Honestly, depending on the person. But honestly, I want to say 1 in.
If you come out to LA, I'll introduce you.
He said 1%.
Out of two throws, bro, 3% chance, bro.
3% chance out of
out
of 100.
I can introduce you to the.
No, I'm saying 1 in every second punch.
That sounds good.
I'm
I think
throwing.
I'll miss half.
All right. So you know, you not being confident in your punch actually directly affect how you throw your punch.
I'm pretty honest, dude.
Yeah, but if my life depends on this, I'm throwing, bro.
Alright, I
I'm
feel
not saying realistically. Like, if my boy gonna be dodging and weaving and shit, then.
what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna be missing regardless.
Not even that, bro. You gotta think ahead.
I wouldn't say I recommend it at all.
If he's gonna always trying to bop you, don't be throwing your hand and leaving yourself open. Be more reserved. If I find somebody and they weave at least 2 or 3 of my hits, I will understand that this person is trying to close in on me. Then after that, I would change up my attack. So only boxing, what would you do?
Bro, No, if I have to throw a kick, bro, I'll throw a kick. If I have to grapple, I'll grapple. But boxing is the most. I would start off boxing.
Okay.
Cool. I couldn't even explain in words what I experienced.
I'm pretty tall and I got long arms, so I got like the height and range advantage. But I know people who will fight me will try to like grab me or try to like straight up fight me up close. I done fought people before, not like real deal, but like fought somebody who trained MMA, and what they would do is try to take me down or rush me. But I usually never let myself get like locked in, so I don't worry about breathing. Since I'm big, I know that they're trying to pin me, so I tend to like try to make them waste their energy trying to grapple me by like using their own weight against them. So why they hold me down?
Grapple, I'm going for that neck, nigga. I'm gonna do a little jump and crack that nigga's neck and kill that nigga. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah. And GTA, you will, but I'm just saying.
My life depending on it. In GTA, bro, if I'm about to die in GTA, I'm doing that shit. I don't care. It has to be done.
It has to be done.
It's me or homie, man. And that homie ain't me, so.
Demons live and stuff. That's why whenever I'm pretty sure you know about MK. Since you think I'm such a bot, MK Ultra Mind. You ever heard of MK Ultra Mind Control?
No.
So basically, MK Ultra Mind Control is like a thing where they control people, and it's a public thing. The CIA test at it at UCLA and other.
Where they do a bunch of acid and then they talk to interdimensional beings.
That was actually facts. Like they did do a lot of LSD and acid. It was drugs.
Doing those psychedelic drugs makes it easier to talk to demons and stuff. So basically, everything you saw in that was real to an extent, but you just into like a different
mind state.
Like we as humans are not supposed to go there. That's why.
Two Americans,
but if they're natural, like magic mushrooms that grow on Earth, like
they're part of the Earth.
They're like trees too.
That doesn't mean you need to jump off of it.
A cliff is not.
Yeah, but I think acid, something that's made in a laboratory, I can see like you're not supposed to go there.
Shit on the ground is natural. That doesn't mean you're supposed to eat it.
Dogs eat it.
What's Nico talking about? He just fucking around. Okay, hold on.
Well, shit, I feel better with these demons.
I feel a lot better after doing shroom trips too. It always resets my mind.
Hey man, you guys got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off at that. I'm supposed to get into a Jenga Towers debate, 11-9 debate with these two white people that know a lot about it. You know, Destiny and Nick Fuentes. Oh, yeah, Jania knows them. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to talk about right now. Bryce, it was great to talk to you. I'm gonna see you in LA.
Dude, thanks for having me on.
I'm gonna hold you to that promise. I'd like to have you on the stream again. Dude. I think that was a good conversation.
100%, dude. Always down.
On a computer next time, though.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll be in LA in like 4 days.
All right, bet.
All right, peace out, guys.
All right, Gideon, wait, before you leave. Gideon, we need to squash the beef.
Bro, there's not any beef.
We need to squash it.
Bro, you better not be doing what I think you're doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
Please don't add him. Please don't add him, bro. Stop. I know exactly what you don't want to squash no beef, bro. I don't want to talk to that fucking neo-Nazi.
No. I'm gonna go join them. They're talking in
neo-Nazi
right now. But there's no beef. But bro, like we had a break. Like, why would you say that shit about my ex, bro?
Why would you just bring up Pokey out of nowhere?
That I thought that's a meme at this point. That's a meme.
Bro, you know how many times I read comments and them talking about your relationship in TikTok?
Yeah, because bots, that's all they know, bro. They have really surface level knowledge about stuff. You and your girl, bro, they don't realize the fact that after we broke up, like that's when I started taking streaming seriously. My life is on a new direction. I've made more money than I've ever made. I am happier. I'm doing better. I'm more focused now. The relationship was like a drain on my energy. But I don't want to talk about that because I don't want to make her feel bad. And I don't want to bro, it's just, you need to move on with things. But you're bringing back something into my life that you shouldn't be continuing talking about.
Everything you just said is how I feel with the Pokey situation. Everything to a T you just said is how I feel with the Pokey situation.
Yeah, one was public and one was not.
You literally said
one was public and one I was just ignoring.
But bro, what I'm trying to say is what you literally just said is the same thing, but for me. So you know how I feel. And you always bring it up. It's a little different to talk about a previous relationship versus some drama.
versus YouTube drama. I understand, but
bro,
those you can't really equate the two.
It was deep for me because I love Twitch. Bro, I love Twitch.
But you didn't love Pokemon.
I love Twitch, and I felt bad for what I did. If I didn't feel bad, I could have just did a fuck Pokemon hate train all the way to today. But like you said, after I admitted that I was wrong, accepted that I will be banned from Twitch, started making more money than I ever been. I've been happier than I ever been, and I just been on my merry way, bro. And I don't want to think about the past. But every time I hop in here, so you know what? I had to give you a taste of your own medicine. Did you like it? Did you like when I brought up your ex?
That's not the same medicine
But
at all.
did you like when I brought up your ex?
I don't care, but it's like now no, I don't. You're trying to manipulate my empathy. I don't care. It's the fact that you're exposing things that I have not exposed online, and we're streaming. It's public info.
Okay, bro.
But you're trying to make me feel bad, but it's like
now you know how
I'm happier in a relationship. Do you really think that shit? Wow, bro.
We don't have to keep on talking.
You really do?
You keep on bringing it back up.
All right.
Like I'm not bringing it up.
So you want me to never talk about Pokemon again?
Oh, it's just dead. Like, bro, that shit was 6 months ago.
But you just did a video about Twitch again.
Unless it's something positive.
You just did a video about Twitch again.
I did a video about Twitch, not about Pokey.
Yeah, you love Twitch, not Pokey.
Bro, I got love for Pokey. Wokey Main in the chat.
Wokey Main is crazy, Jadion. Wokey Main is crazy.
Bro, she a W. What?
Okay, man.
I talk to her not as much as I talk to you, but I talk to her pretty often.
Yeah. What's her number?
Yeah.
Bro, slap me that.
What happened?
You gonna get the job done.
You gotta squash beef.
Bro, stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened with Sneeko?
He's gonna squash the beef. He thinks he's gonna start a new thingy.
Who he's squashing before?
The black guy.
Oh, Gideon?
Yeah, now he's gonna be talking to another group.
Oh, he gonna talk to Destiny.
Need a break from the internet. Shout out to Bryce Hall. That was a great interview, man. Bryce Hall, I would like to have you on stream again. We don't have a huge overlap in audience, but it was cool talking to you. I want to watch his TikToks now.
Bumper. I'm gonna see what's going on. Shit, I got me some Chinese food. That shit just hot as fuck right now, so I'm just let that bit like kind of cool down.
Alright, so you want to do this debate? If they don't pick up in a bit,
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to like cool down.
You're not picking up. Oh, here we go. No. Chad, are they doing the debate right now? Oh my god, bro. This dude blowing on my phone.
Down.
I don't even know if they're doing it right now.
Is Destiny not on?
Let me check. I'm checking. Chad, you want me to go into that debate? Yo, Chad, remember when Gideon was like, oh, because I get more views than you? Bro, we got 3K more on my stream than his stream right now.
Well, that's because y'all was just both there.
Are you in New York or Miami right now?
I'm in New York. What's up?
Oh, how the fuck?
Damn.
What do you mean?
But it doesn't really matter, I guess.
You're fucking hard.
You have speakers on your computer?
What? What are you, naked?
Yeah, what's up?
Wow.
Yeah, why?
Oh, bruh.
What, you guys are IRL right now?
Yeah, we're in Miami. Here, hold this for a second. Yeah, we're hanging out.
You guys are friends?
We're best friends, dude. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. He's just saying that we're best friends.
What the hell?
Yeah, so I guess he's getting another headset.
What's up,
His wife made us sandwiches.
What the fuck?
No way.
Nah,
I
Yeah, we're
guess.
just debating about all the usual, you know. Destiny's chilling his bot opinions, like how the government's awesome and totally represents. I didn't give up. I just didn't come here for a 9/11 brawl. You just got done researching 9/11 for 3 days. I'm supposed to come in here and quote the fucking documentary chapter and verse.
He was going hard. He was doing homework and everything. You know how mad it's gonna be, Nick, that you're
Ain't no way. I'm about to probably play some of my hotkeys if I forget some. I have sound effects. I can change my voice and stuff. Yeah.
Wait, where's your camera? You can turn the camera on?
What?
You guys are streaming?
Yeah, we're streaming. We're live.
Yo, turn the camera. Where's the camera?
Legalize weed.
Here, I think I just turned it on.
I bet. What the hell? I was just sitting down there. Bro, you know,
Oh, he dead as over there.
the subreddit is insisting that you guys hate each other. Like, they always put the devil or demon. They say that, like, Sneako's soul's gonna be sucked up by Nick or Destiny.
Probably.
Pause. Yeah. Well, we are. We're fighting. We're fighting for your conscience. You know, it's omni-liberal, whatever, versus.
It is one to influence. They're like, we're gonna get you here. You put us on the YouTube platform. I'm just playing.
No. I didn't give up. It's just like I came here to hang out, and Destiny's just right out of the gate grilling me about it. We scheduled the debate for today. That was supposed to be Sneeko. We're doing the JFK debate.
Yeah, let's do the 9/11 thing another day. I'm trying to actually
prepare for it.
right now.
Yeah, I agree.
You gotta yell about towers. I'm in too good of a mood. Okay, my whole chat's spamming pause right now. God damn it, bro.
Yeah, you're talking about suck your soul out. It's like, bro, pause. We're not fighting for your soul for crying out loud.
Nigga.
Yeah, everybody said add GD on.
Hanging out, big chillin', playing.
I just want to see talking points.
He was on
Yeah.
the keys, I was on the euphonium.
It's just like live reaction, to be honest.
Let me add Jadion real quick. He's spamming my chat to join. Do you remember him from the panel?
Oh, Jadion. Here we go. My nemesis.
He was calling you a neo-Nazi earlier.
What? I'm not a neo-Nazi.
I love black people.
Yeah, exactly. Neo-Nazi would never say that. I have so many black friends.
Yeah.
I realized how
That's exactly what they would say.
I just endorsed a Jew for Congress too.
Wow, why does that all matter?
Destiny's wife, though, I didn't even get to meet.
Yeah, she's nice.
The boy said he got Pokemon badges. He said, I have proof.
Hey, what's up? Why are you calling me a Nazi, dude?
You're not far from it.
I'm not.
But bro, I'm not your nemesis.
Yeah, you were kind of giving me a hard time. You call me a racist. You call me a Nazi.
You're not gonna date black girls. Like, that's racist.
Not really.
Well,
That's not really.
black girls, I just wouldn't date
You
one
think
'cause I
white
don't have
people should be the superpower?
Nah.
You think black people have superpowers?
You think white people should be the superpower?
No, I said they should be a majority in America.
But bro, that's besides the point, man. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Bro, I'm having a
Yeah.
blessed
Well,
day, man. I hope you're having a blessed day as well. What's up, Destiny?
all I gotta say to that is
Tell Destiny I said what's up.
exactly what you said.
Dion says what's up. He says hey.
Wait, hold up, Nick. I want you to talk to one of my friends real quick.
Okay.
Who is it?
Oh, that's why you wanted to join so bad.
Look at his face. It's
Is that
just
gonna be really loud,
No, not that friend, not that friend.
Plugging in.
the real Patrick. I don't know who the hell is that.
Wrong friend.
Oh, probably wrong friend.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Another one.
Oh my god. Pat got
Peak
I think you're
G.
gonna like my friend. Patrick Lee.
Oh shit.
How you doing? Hello, can you hear me?
He summoned two. Right, he summoned two monsters, right? And he sacrificed one to the graveyard to summon Pac God. Trap card, nigga. He fell into the trap card. This shit is stupid. You about to pack somebody up.
Oh, relax. Hey, relax, man. This is like good vibes, right? Just relax, man.
Yeah. I'm relaxed. Just needed to get that off my chest.
There's no need to start getting loud and piping up for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Why are you trying to flex in the camera? You look like an angry
my
pencil.
God.
The fuck? no.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's funny.
Wait, Pat God. I wanna give you some context.
What's
Basically,
I'm not.
Man.
Wait, you're actually a borderline Nazi?
No, he's like a full-on Nazi. I'm neither. I'm the campus
He's banned from United. He's banned from Bank of America. Chase.
What?
Yeah, he's been from airlines and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, and he hates Jewish people.
You know more than me.
You hate Jewish?
I mean, if you say things
guess what?
about.
I'm a fucking Jew, bitch. Why the fuck you leave, bro? No way, you a pussy. He's a pussy, bro. Oh my god, bro. Oh, nah, bro. Hey, yo, but Sneeko, I'm still on your glossy ass forehead, bro. You thought this was sweet? I'm on your ass again. You like an anxious puffer fish. Shut your ugly ass up, bro. You ain't got waves. You got fucking a title sequence on your head. You ugly as shit, boy. Shut your nasty ass up, bro. You know, Badland Chunks just made a video chugging your mother's Metro blood out of a traffic cone. You ugly shit, bitch. Your barber put your hairline up for adoption. You applied to the X-Men under the name Booger Boy with the kind of shit snot projectiles at your nose at Mark 10. Look at your ugly ass dirty shit, bitch. You tried to assassinate your school bully with a pencil, boy. You thought Taco Bell was a Yeet preset on FL Studio. You ugly shit, player boy. You sampled your dying grandfather's heartbeat and made an aesthetic rap song out of it. No, I'm not done with you, bro. I'm not done with you.
This nigga rehearsed. Yeah, one night. GDR paid this nigga 10 bands. GDR said 10 bands. This ain't very Haram, my boy. This is not very Haram.
Sneeko, you'll have your opportunity, right? By the way, I'll model for a living. Just wanna let you know. Like, I do that. And I seen your modeling, by the way, with the Nike you were doing.
He said Paul.
That Nike shit you were doing. Yeah. You look like the Flash.
Go back to the Nazis. Let's
No. You ain't look like the. Nah, bro. You ain't look like the Flash. You look like the Flicker, bro. Yo.
He can't crack back. He's telling me that was not funny. Yo, you not. Hey, we got to kick Sneak. Oh no, black delegation Sneeko, bro. If you don't crack back, bro, you out of here, bro.
I'm trying to get my.
It's gonna be my last Sneeko video, I swear.
Who's this Paco?
Damn, you
I don't know.
like that, Stop.
GDR probably paid this nigga. Damn, here we go. We about to flame Fuentes.
This guy says. I don't endorse anything he says. Okay.
He got heat for Fuentes too.
Yeah.
Let me reintroduce you. Nick, this is Paco.
Mr. Fuentes.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Say hi to Paco.
Hey, how you doing? Hello? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Hey, man, but like, why do people say you're a Nazi though, for real? Like, what's up with that?
Lie. Okay, they're liberal.
It's
and
not
they're
true?
bots.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
Wild.
Conservative. Okay.
You look like an angry butt flick. Sit down. Yeah, I'm not done with you, bitch. You got lapis lazuli in your belly button. You got redstone in your nostril. You got netherrack on your forehead. Yo ass nasty as shit. Shut up, bitch. You tried building a girlfriend at a Duplo blocks. You ugly shit. You did a drive-by at a family of possums in your basement with a Nerf Fortnite rocket launcher and a janitor's mop bucket. You got nasty. You got 8 ants in your bedroom and a meth lad in your
I knew it's coming.
You ugly shit, bitch. You thought Distro Kid was the Green Lantern sidekick. You got ugly shit. You recorded an adult film with Ro, Vicky, and a gang affiliate Salad Crouton at a level 6 clan castle. You ugly shit. What you looking at, bro? You got fucking bad legs, chucks, pubic hair, and a beard right now. You ugly as shit, boy. Nah.
Nah, for real though, no. I'm not even gonna say that, bro. Why you look so sad, bro? Look at your.
He's trying to be like Sneeko. Sneeko. I told you, bro, the sound effects, bro.
Why you guys look so sad, bro?
You once you get them hotkeys on the control, you put the music playing, the loop be going on, man.
Yeah, he's the Nazi.
Oh man, it hits different.
Bro, you look like you do tech reviews on YouTube. Why you look so ugly, bro? For real, bro.
The
Like,
guy
what
without
do you even
the
talk
beard
about, bro?
is the
Okay, hold on,
Nazi.
listen.
God,
You guys
you
can
were
say
roasting
anything.
the wrong guy.
Yeah, wait,
No,
real quick.
dude.
No, wait. You guys say anything you want. You can't roast how somebody looks though with your camera off. Okay. It's very
Yeah. No cap. No cap, bro. That's what we gotta do.
Put your chapstick on.
Who is
I gotta put your mama away. Give me 2 seconds.
Damn, Pat, God, you get a lot of straight face, a lot of cringe right now.
Bro, that's
Damn.
you're disappointing right now, man.
I'm gonna turn my camera on. I swear to God, if it crashes, bro.
Oh, here we go again.
I'll turn it on. Hold up. Just give me a second. I'll turn it on. Hold up. Alright.
hear me still? There's a knock at the door.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Alright, look at me. Look at your camera real quick, alright? Look at your camera. Look at your camera. Bro, what are you doing?
What
Bro, you
is
like a
this,
discombobulated philosophical buff like the same with the crop crappy happy and I'm got about to the chat outside with 17 naked more I see the base of your grandmother got simultaneously buff up by 50 philosophical diabolical tabness and
I can't.
like a double dip, flip, charcoal, slim, with a goggle nose and Mr. Crocker,
Yeah.
back, no feet, 9 or 7, slim, 2 ball face. Your stepdad beats your wiffle ball back, you curl up to a autistic back and gone. You about dirty shit, boy. Look at your ass, you got a plaid shirt on. You dirty as hell, bro. No, hold on.
Is that a plaster?
Ugly ass.
They Damn. I thought he was black too. He probably is black. He got his mask on.
Don't worry about it, Pac.
I just turned the camera back off.
You know what? Don't even worry about it, man.
Wait, did he not say the N-word though? Did they? Can we? Yo, T-Bag, I'm gonna need you to like run it back for me, Red, to check if he got like said the N-word. Anytime he's gonna have.
When the black liberals send their people, they're not sending their best. When the knock at the door.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Alright, look at me. Look at your camera real quick, alright?
Oh.
Look at your camera. Bro, what are you doing?
Oh.
Are you like a discombobulated philosophical buff like the same with the crop
But here we go.
Your grandmother got simultaneously buff up by 15 philosophical diabolical tap dancing walruses. Boy, you ugly shit. You like a double dip, flip, charcoal, slim jim with a goggle nose and Mr. Crocker, hunchback, no feet, 9 or 7, slim, 2 ball face. Your stepdad beats your wiffle ball bat. You curl up to a autistic back and gone. You about dirty shit, boy.
Say it
Look at your
again.
ass, you got a flag shirt on. You dirty as hell, bro. No, hold on. I'm about to start Fortnite dancing on your ugly ass.
There you go. He said,
Yeah, he didn't say it.
yeah. Ah, here you go. Oh, they replay it back?
Yep.
Oh.
Actually, not Pac. Can you turn it back off?
You know what, Pac? Don't worry about it, Pac. It's all good.
Pac, I just turned the camera back off.
You know what? Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll just let you know, you let down the whole black community, Pac.
Yeah, Dion, they're not sending their best.
Oh. Nah. Nah, Dion.
When the black liberals send their people, they're not sending their best.
Down, Gideon. Yeah. Yeah, that was a. Damn, my boy hurt. Look at him in the mess. My boy looking like what that superhero name? Kick Ass.
Am I invited to the debate?
He said, "I'm invited to the barbecue." It's a ritual.
So I think the political climate of our country right now is kind of a mess. What do you think?
His music is too loud. Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was enough.
Okay, well, how you doing, buddy?
Someone just said I'll donate $100 to boot this guy. I should have kept him on a little longer.
Yeah, he already gave you 20. Bring him back on.
Bringing Nick around Molina.
Damn, Gideon messed up with that. He threw out fucking like Pikachu out. He thought that shit was gonna save his ass. Damn. They're gonna be like L Dion or something like that.
Molina, are you gonna do the fresh and fit debate?
Sure. Maybe, yeah.
Are you gonna roast me?
I don't know you.
Uh,
Can you tell me? What should I say?
It's like he's grown into an incel.
Maybe he just likes having someone roast him.
Maybe.
Maybe he doesn't.
Damn, they talking shit.
Nah. You kind of look like a Miami 4.
Damn, Sneeko, come on, bruh. Bruh, they gon' Sneeko guy. Sneeko. Yeah, come on, bruh. Got better comeback than that.
What do you think of Nick Molina? You think he's a Nazi?
Yeah, I would think.
He is 1 day younger than me.
True. That means you're older than me.
Yeah.
That means your wife is older than me. What does that have to do with anything? Wait, you're like 10 years old. Yeah, Mike, you're closer in age probably to my son than you are to me. Jesus. That's true. How old's your son? 11.
That's crazy. That's like you give me a lot of excuses because I'm about to be 24. Like, oh, he's young, he's growing, but I'm like the same age as Nick and Molina.
Yeah, you guys are all children. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically the dad here.
I mean, technically, yeah, that was not good. Somebody gonna clip that shit. Somebody gonna clip that shit out of concept.
That's libertarians do, dude. That's sensibility.
You'd have to get a 45 out of 50 on your how many states you know the age of consent in before they let you into the
That's
Congress.
true. Yeah, that's why I failed the membership.
Well, this is Nick. He's a political guy, so we talked to him.
Arch nemesis for years.
That's Sneeko.
This is Dexter and Mandart.
The fuck out of that.
Hey, I'm milking you too. What are you talking about? All these
And then
debates, I didn't
Sneeko
get
is
any of this
just
debate war before you.
Sneeko.
You didn't get any of the debate. Wait, what?
I didn't get the debate political world before you.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, I'm milking you more than you're milking me.
Wow.
Oh, dude, if you view it that way, then God bless. Amen. Okay.
So you're milking me?
Sneeko's really loud. No, my YouTube editor is though.
Yeah, he is. No, and your subscribers have gone up since our first debate. You got to admit this shit is content. I was reading your subreddit last night. They're like, they love to hate on me, but you can't.
I'm not gonna lie, there are some YouTubers are loud. Not just
No, yeah,
Sneeko.
of course. The problem is that like liberals and progressives and leftists, as soon as
Markiplier.
start fighting with each other, they start like banning and reporting. It's like bloodbath. Like you know how like in
What that Swedish nigga name is?
Swedish
You know what his name? What's his name? PewDiePie. There you go.
Oh.
That nigga loud as fuck.
Like they'll go hard.
Oh yeah.
PewDiePie. But fighting with conservatives is awesome. Like just because somebody calls me, a bad word on the conservative side doesn't mean I'm getting canceled anywhere. But
Nick, you're just gonna take that right in front of you. You're just gonna let him say that conservatives are more likely to kill than liberals.
I mean it's kind of true.
I mean, kind of like probably true. Because liberals are soy boys, bro.
Yeah.
Liberals are they've been totally domesticated by soy, so they won't blow up cars and things. But
Why would you want to blow up a car, bro? Like, what need to blow up a car, dude? What is so boy?
That was Bush, right wing.
I was Sneeko.
Oh yeah, actually, you know what?
So there you go.
You know why people about Sneeko, no lie? Is that he doesn't say too much besides what he already be saying. But when he do comment on stuff, sometimes I don't know if he knows what he's talking about, and then he let him know what they're talking about. You feel me?
Oh, what other people are talking?
Yeah. It's more like an interview, low key.
I told him I was starstruck
Yeah.
when I met him. I saw him in the elevator.
'Cause look at the question he asks. It's like 1 minute podcast, but from his room. And there's what people who are up there. You know. He's sitting next to other YouTubers that are like kind of
I don't know, because I just met you like fucking 2 days earlier.
good up there.
I don't know if you're trying to fucking plant bombs here or
Yeah, he
poison
was
me
a
or
little
something.
skittish too. He was kind of like.
Well, yeah, because you were like, I want to show up with like 3 dudes, and I'm like, do they have fucking box gloves
Yeah,
or whatever the
suicide
fuck
bomb.
on or some shit? Yeah, I don't
We had our
fucking know.
suicide
Jesus.
vests on.
3 guys with white cloaks.
Oh my god.
You're trying to poison me. You're both trying to poison me. I know what this is about. This has boner pills.
Damn, I want some, bro. I'm about to be out of here, bro.
There's that boner pills in it. It's
Enjoy your
like,
time, bro.
Do you feel safe going outside right now?
I think I've done enough Muslim apologizing. Yo, Nick, the Muslims are on my neck right now.
wow. I heard you say he did enough Muslim apology. It's stupid.
Someone clipped a TikTok.
Oh, but he said he didn't apologize.
I mean, it don't matter. He wasn't sorry until now, so they gonna speak that. I mean, he really, he was just too ignorant with it. Like, he got what he was asking for. Like, if you poke a bear and they hit you, that's kind of your fault. Even though you just poked it, so. Not saying he hate Muslim. Excuse me.
You are a 9/11 truther. You are more pro-Muslim than most, because that's a big kill count that you're trying to take away from Islam there.
That's what I'm saying. But they don't seem very big. They are.
Okay, well, hey, buddy. Stay
I'm about to
safe.
get out of here.
Why are you cutting them off?
Nah, I'm
He
about
wanted
to
to
leave.
leave.
I'm about to leave. Wait, Desi, before I leave, I just want to know, what did you any of your points, did anything convince you in the Newport Harbor?
Nope, I went through it all with Nick, and he collapsed faster than those towers did on a controlled demolition.
I
Absolutely did.
I didn't come here for
Wait,
that.
what's your...
didn't come here for that.
What was your WTC7 explanation?
It was fires, and it was debris from the other towers.
He just says it's like implausible that they would.
Here's
blow it
like,
up.
this is the counterpoint, ready? And you can go do this on your own. YouTube, controlled demolition, and listen to any of those videos. You can hear all the bombs going off. By the time the World Trade Center 7 came down, all media from around the world was recording that.
There's tons of views of it. There's tons of audio. Why don't we hear any bombs going off for World Trade Center? Notice how only bombs they say that they heard going off were eyewitness reports of people before they started recording. And as soon as all the cameras were out, there were no more bombs going off. If the Tower 7 came down 5 to 6 hours later, there should be recordings of the bombs. Find me those.
Why is my chat saying you're scared of Ryan Dawson?
I can debate Dawson, but the thing is he is probably one of the most out there conspiracy dudes. So I would have to start reading like every single name. Like for instance, in the beginning, it was like 3 different people were either fired or hired like in the week before. I would probably have to read on every single one of those people because he's like the most elaborate like Jew conspiracy guy on the internet. Like I'm pretty sure he's like on BitChute. He's like permabanned off everything, and he's got like reasons for why the Jews are behind every single conceivable ill in society.
No, just Israel. He's a liberal. He's a liberal like you. He's an atheist.
Oh yeah.
He only hates Israel because he thinks Israel kills Palestinians or something, and he's like an American Indian, so he feels kinship with the Palestinians. I don't care about Palestinians or Indians. I care about Americans.
Okay.
I care about U.S. Americans.
America
Black,
first.
white, Asian, and Hispanic.
So the white ones and the dumb ones is what you would say.
Destiny! How would you say that? Destiny!
That's what he believes.
Nuh-uh. I think
that's what he believes.
No. Blacks are highly intelligent.
Really? Genetically?
Sometimes. What? I love sweets.
Really? Why?
I love
They're very white.
sugar.
They're sweet.
Yeah.
Is Nick QAnon Destiny?
She said Swedes.
They're not
Oh,
listening to me.
Swedes. I thought you said sweets.
No.
Cake.
Yeah. How do you know?
Swedes.
Dude, you
Oh,
want to
I
see
don't-
the cringiest shit in the world?
No,
Anytime people like this dude, do you know what 23andMe is or Ancestry.com? Oh, it's like it shows like where you're from or whatever. Anytime people like this, I don't think he's Scandinavian,
People like
but
this.
when they're Scandinavian, they like brag about it so much. You're like, oh, like I've got like 23%.
I would never do
Nordic
that.
fucking DNA. Oh my
I
god,
would
it's
never
so
do
cringe.
that. Whites
Yo, just like
Yeah.
Your camera cut
Hey.
out.
Whites have no culture.
American
I
ethnicity,
went
absolutely
to a
based.
wedding
Sorry.
for white people. It's okay.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding for white people, and they had no food. They had no food.
Yo,
That's
Destiny, your
what
camera cut out.
happened at a wedding with
I'm gonna let y'all
Italians.
guys go. You guys are having your own little thing over there. I'm like third, fourth wheeling through the camera. I'm about to go outside and be off the
How are you
internet.
going outside at 10:30 at night? What the fuck are you gonna do?
Wait, why are you meat watching right now, man?
Have fun, be careful, bud.
All right, man. Okay, chat, W stream. Remember, you can clip up anything and put it on TikTok from the stream. I'm going to leave it up. I repost all my streams on Patreon. Patreon is where you can go to get all my streams. Bro, where's this camera?
this man's stupid, bro. So what you doing at 10 o'clock at night is no meat
Remember,
watching, bro.
Creativity Kit just dropped today. Everybody in the Discord server is really enjoying it.
Well, that was good though.
Discord real quick before I leave. Let's see what they talk about.
Oh, it's alright.
Thanks for watching. Peace and love. W's if you enjoyed the stream. A little shorter today, but I want to go outside. He's like, man, guys, I got some shit to do. Feel me? Wars to stop. Free Andrew Tate, free Trump, free Alex Jones, free freedom of speech, free masculinity. Stay focused, have fun, ignore distractions, follow God, spread peace and love and positivity. Make fun of people, but don't let it go too far. I'm sorry if you were, you get the point. Let's get my server real quick. Let's see what they're talking about.
Coming in any second.
Hey, what's up, Sneeko?
What's poppin', y'all? What are you talking about?
Yo, what up? We're talking to Jordan Welch, actually. He just left
Yo.
like 2 seconds ago.
Oh, he's just in here?
Yeah, he was just in here.
Glad, man.
Yo, shout out to Jordan Welch. He's one of the business owners of Creativity Kit now. He's helping me a lot.
Yo, Sneeko, the Creativity Kit's a W.
It's a W? Are you being paid to say that? People are saying you're an actor.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah,
Bro,
you're an
no
actor.
actors. You're NPC. Man.
Yo, Sneeko, you just gotta make it so the OD the videos easier. That's
Yo,
all.
Sneeko, I'm Cass's editor, by the way.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Crazy.
Did you edit the last video we did?
Which what? What?
Did you edit the one we did with... There's so much echo right now. Whose fucking mic is retarded?
Yeah, I did. It's all done and everything. I sent it to him.
All right, cool, bro. How much he pay you?
He paid me like $95, 9.5 hours of
Oh
work.
man, mad people here.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not
Yeah, a lot of people.
Now you got something to add to your portfolio. You know what? I'm jagging right now. You could say that you edited for Sneeko in your portfolio.
Hey, that Bryce Hall interview was fire.
Basically, yeah, I could lie with that.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
That was a pretty good interview, right?
Bryce Hall's not a dick like you thought, honestly.
Yeah, I thought he was cool.
Bro, you need to get everybody together again.
Le'Dion.
Le'Dion, bro. Why do you?
Le'Dion.
Bro, he's trying to so bad, bro.
Yo, he tried.
Like, watch me bring up your ex.
Hey, fool, when's you gonna do the E-date, though?
He went low with that.
Yeah, when you doing the E-date?
He keeps bailing on the E-date. Yo, the echo's bad. I'm gonna get out of here, but I'll be.
Hey, what's up, Nico?
Bro, the echo's bad. I'm gonna do a networking call in the VC probably tomorrow. Okay.
I bet. Bro, see you, Nico. Bye.
Peace, bro.
Bye, bro.
See you, bro.
So sign up for the creativity kit now. If you want access
Did somebody say I love you, bro? You heard that?
The next video soon. Enjoy the stream, man. I'm out.
That's caught in 4K. That's caught in 4K.
Yeah. All the streams are real. Look to Patreon. I already said that. I already said everything else, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Love. Spread love. Positivity. I'm not trying to be a bad person. I want to tell some jokes. Spread some truth. Fuck the elites. Yell a little bit. You know my motives. This is a good ass stream, right? I enjoyed it. Nice and short. 3-hour little something. Little something. Chat, talk to me before I leave. Something, so I can get it. Bow! TheCreativityKit.com, Sneako.net. Hey, you know the fucking vibes, bro. You know the fucking vibes. Peace.
Yo, you can put in that video?
Yeah, I got you. Which one?
Anyone.
Alright, let's see what we got. You want to see the beginning part of the live thing?
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I said that was fine. My bad. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Chat, is it faster now? Talk to me in real time, because I think I just fixed the stream delay. You remember that terrible ass stream delay I kept having every stream? Let me know if I still got it. Am I delaying? Yo, talk to me in real time. Did I just fix it? What's up, chat? What's good, chat? Yeah, you can hear me, right? Okay,
Damn, Fetty's going to jail.
It's delaying or what?
That's crazy.
Who going to jail?
Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap? Why?
For drug charges.
Oh.
Talk to me real time.
What was he doing?
Say, like, boom.
Your mama,
Type what I say. I'm gonna type boom, Boom. Someone say boom. How do you know if the speed is better? Alright, it's still delaying, huh?
You wanted to finish that Paradise Lost?
That took
Oh,
like
you
20
good?
seconds.
Oh, yeah, true. We can do that.
Alright, bet.
What's up, all my members? What's up, chat? What's up, Burger? What's up, Verified Laggy? What's up, Poopo? What's up, AA, Mr. Incognito? Bob, Lemon, Natalie, Rappy, La, Boo, Blah. What's good? Okay, now type Lasanabi. Type L3 right now. I just want to see. Nah. It's slow.
Yeah, it's a big ass delay.
Hello, everybody. Today we're gonna
What was it?
begin to jeer and ridicule.
I know we were like, I forgot what we.
117?
No, I'm talking about on this one.
I think it's 117.
117? Yeah.
Or 56 minutes?
No. I don't know where it was left off at on this one. Wait.
Yeah. I think it's 56 or 117. I don't know.
I streamed it last time. I'm gonna check back. Cause I did like. That wasn't even that long ago, was it?
Yeah, it was. That was before like the fams came.
Let's just still be here cause like 2 weeks in. Well, that's what your boy don't remember, but I think I'll catch on if I remember.
As Abdiel gets up and flies to God's throne. Something that's interesting about this story is with the characterization of Satan, his spoken motive is constantly changing. His true motive has always been the same. In the beginning,
We're closer. I think we're at 56.
Fight God and in the garden until he's boiled down to what he really is, a deceitful creature.
Yeah, we're past this.
The visage of his verb. You hear a golden chariot with an army made up of heaven's angels. You don't know how to create or make anything for yourself. You can only mimic what came before you. Lucifer begins to rebuttal something to the effect of, well, maybe I can make it better. And Abdiel throws the first strike of the battle with holy power and blows Lucifer like 100 feet back. With that, the fight begins. And it's not really mentioned that they're using stuff like swords, instead they're just using their heavenly abilities. The story describes it as being all elements that could ever be imagined, being hurled back and forth at each other, with earthquakes and thunder. As they fight, the angels continue to assume their true form as these massive mountains of creatures that are attacking each other with raw energy. Now, nothing can die. As mentioned earlier, angels can only die through God's annihilation. So instead, the battle is described as tiring each other out to the point to where one is pinned and can't move or worn out and can't move. Essentially just a fight to subdue each other. There's also the mention that during the fight, God, who's watching all of this, lessens their power so that the fight doesn't destroy heaven. And points out the futility.
That's funny. That's funny.
Satan's argument.
He scaled everybody down.
Fight God, and as God's watching Satan fight the others, he turns down the scale on everyone's power so that they don't destroy anything quite yet. Eventually, during the fight, Lucifer and Michael meet each other. Lucifer throws insults, calling Michael a lapdog. Michael calls Lucifer a traitor, and the two begin to fight. When these two assume their true form and do battle, it's described as two planets colliding, in a fight, quote, fit to decide the empires of heaven. During this battle, Michael pulls out a sword that was made by God directly. So Michael draws his sword and strikes at Lucifer, cutting his right side completely. As soon as this happened, Lucifer exclaims in agony, as this is the first time pain has ever been felt. From there, Michael continues to just start shredding angels. Moloch is mentioned as having been completely cut in half. But again, these angels can't die, so they just lay there in their disrepair and pain, essentially hoping that they were taught a lesson. The angels bring their fallen leaders back to a cave in the north side of heaven, and while there, everyone begins to heal, because, they heal pretty quickly. While discussing what to do, Lucifer says that they should keep fighting, but they should change their game plan a bit. Nisroch, one of the leaders, says that perhaps they can build better weapons. So Lucifer and the army begins to dig underground, and they come across these chaos materials. Using these materials, they build a form of gunpowder. Now, this seems like a weird note. Why would, angels have gunpowder? But this actually comes from a mention in a non-canonical book of the Bible known as the Book of Enoch, where it says that the fallen angels who came to Earth taught man things like witchcraft, sorcery, and weapon making. Among that weapon making were things like black powder. So again, while that belief is not followed in like 99% of Christianity, in this whole what if scenario, Milton's saying that if that were true, perhaps they learned it in heaven. So using this gunpowder, they construct what I can only describe as cannons. It says they were these long stone shapes that whenever the materials were lit, caused a great war and something to be thrown. So, cannons. So the next day, Lucifer and his armies continue to march back towards heaven with these cannons up front. The responding military of heaven sees these cannons and are like, that's weird, before, they start getting shot at. And it seems the plan worked because these cannons hurt a lot. Lucifer and Belial begin to mock all the angels they hit, and while they're mocking them, Michael and a few of the more powerful angels take on their true form and literally throw mountains at the cannons, burying them completely. So as the battle continues, the Son of God, who's been watching all of this, decides that enough is enough. The Son of God comes out in a sort of chariot and rides into the field. As soon as Michael sees that the Son of God is coming, he immediately orders all of his men off the battlefield, as the Son of God rides off against Lucifer alone. It then says that any of Lucifer's angels who tries to approach the sun are immediately pushed back with a hand wave and 1,000 bolts of thunder. The sun, completely unfazed, continues to push forward and pushes Lucifer and the millions of angels up against the border of heaven. Lucifer, seeing the Son of God get closer to him with all of his power, rather than facing him, willingly jumps out of heaven. And then all of the angels jump with him, eventually falling into the pits of hell. What an interesting change in the story. The idea that Satan was not cast out of heaven, but in fear jumped. Either way, this action led to the fall of the angels and the destruction of earth as we know it. But there's something about him fleeing from the being that he was once jealous of and thought he could stand up against that I just really like. And from there, they fall for 9 days and wind up in hell, and we know where the story goes from there. Raphael then concludes this tale, because remember he's been telling it to Adam the whole time, that this very same Satan is here in the garden now, and that him and Eve need to be ready. Adam continues to ask questions regarding creation, specifically the creation of humanity. And whenever Adam asks the question, he says, as long as that's okay, I don't want to ask any knowledge I'm not supposed to know. And Raphael says, of course, it's totally fine to ask. And then clarifies the reason that you're not supposed to eat of the tree of knowledge is because it is knowledge that you do not want to know of. It's suffering and hate. Again, humanity has never known these things up until that point, so the knowledge of them would be bad. Raphael clarifies that wanting to know about your creation is totally fine. An entire section of Paradise Lost is...
It's like teaching your kid not to touch the stove because it's hot. So, it's just like that. Yep, gotta learn. I said burn. That's hell.
Dedicated to Raphael's response. And I won't go through it here because it's not pertinent to the story, but essentially Raphael gives Adam the whole rundown of the 7 days of creation. He talks about how God created the world out of the chaos that encircled the abyss. He said that God looked on creation and it was all beautiful, but it had no name or purpose, so God created man. Man named the animals. He then saw that man shouldn't be alone, so he created woman, blah blah blah. After that, Raphael asks us if there's any more questions, and of course, because it's Adam, Adam says he wants to know of the stars and how stars work. At this point, Eve says something really sweet. She says that she hasn't done any of her work in the garden that day because she's been too busy listening to Raphael's story. So at Adam's question about the stars, she tells Adam that he can tell her the story later because she values the words of her love even above that of angels. Aw, that'll come back to be not a good thing in a little bit, but I'm savoring it for now. So that convo goes on for a bit. Raphael says if he told Adam everything, it would melt his brain, blah, blah, blah. And then Adam describes his first moments of consciousness to Raphael. These are the broad strokes that we already know. Adam woke up under the sunlight, and he began to name the animals, but then he felt lonely. But what's interesting about this
sound like
is
art.
he describes Eve. It says that
Sound like
before
what?
Adam
Art.
came to deep sleep after God used his rib
Art.
to make Eve,
The
that
game.
when he saw her,
Art.
she was, quote,
Oh, art.
Yeah.
all earth or heaven could bestow.
When you spawn to an island, just wake up just like that.
All her steps, heaven in her eye, in every gesture, dignity and love. And the moment he saw her, he felt for the first time wholly complete. While speaking of Eve, he says that she is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, spirit of my spirit. And while talking about Eve, Adam says that he is so madly fascinated and in love with her that it almost worries him. He says that if she were to ever lead him astray, or if this free will or desire were to cause her to go wrong, then Adam couldn't help himself, because all that he knows of will and desire is in her. Raphael says maybe don't do that. While they're made to love each other, and it's definitely seen as a good thing, that love
My boy said, don't simp. You better not simp.
There's also several moments of intimacy between Adam and Eve throughout the story, and Adam begins to just start describing it to Raphael, and then ask, so do angels do anything like that? And Raphael is described as visibly blushing, and Raphael says that angels express love, but they're more divine beings and don't need to be physical to do it. And then at that awkward question, Raphael's like, well, look at the time, I gotta go. Before Raphael leaves, he tells Adam to remember that while free will is good and love is good, it should not justify evil. God and divinity is your compass, so if free will and love follow you closer to that compass, then that's great. But if it leads you astray, steer clear of it. With that, Raphael leaves, and Adam goes to find Eve. Paradise Lost is separated into 12 books, at least in Milton's second edition, which is what I used. And at the beginning of book 9, there's this long section where Milton essentially apologizes to the reader, saying that while he wishes he could stay in paradise forever, much like humanity, he must now tell of the fall. We then cut back to Satan, who, if you'll remember, was ran out of the garden the last time we saw him. It says he's been hiding on the dark side of the earth for 7 days, and on the 8th day decides to try his luck in paradise again. It says he slips by the angels and slips his way into paradise by disguising himself as a mist. Again, God is privy to all of this, but humanity is responsible for their own actions, as Satan is responsible for his. Satan has a moment here as he's thinking about the final peaceful moments in Eden, and he looks around at this grand openness and how Adam and Eve have dominion over the earth, and he realizes that Eden is what he always wanted. He wants power, he wants authority over others, and even though he was the highest angel in God's rank, that still wasn't good enough. So he looks at Adam and Eve and the dominion that they have over the planet and says that if I can't have it, then they can't either. He considers what animal to become and eventually decides on the form of a serpent. He believes that he can use the subtlety and beauty of the serpent in order to get what he wants. He's now fully invested in the idea of destroying what God made and making it a part of hell's conquest. So the archangel has now taken on the form of a serpent. And at the same time of this bitter nature that rises up in him, the figure who once commanded legions, saying that they need to defeat God because it's what true justice is now saying that he'll simply destroy paradise because he's not allowed to have it. It's a degeneracy of character, just as his form degenerated from an archangel to that of a snake. So the next day, Adam and Eve are about to go out to the garden, and Adam suggests that they should stay with each other because of the whole, Raphael Satan story. But Eve disagrees with this, saying that they should split up so they can get more work done.
Not haram. That's not very haram.
So what can the Satan guy do to us?
Allah Akbar. Don't let her go by herself.
Adam or Eve were to defeat Satan or resist him by themselves. She then mentions that besides, he'll probably go for Adam anyway. They kind of get into a bit of a fight over this, and eventually Adam relents. See, they hear these stories of this terrible entity who fought wars against heaven and expect him to come with a label of what he is and with hate and war. What they are not expecting is an agent of deception and desire. So as they go off apart from each other, Eve is walking as Satan sees her. As he approaches her, disguised as a serpent, he positions his body upright. As the serpent approaches her, he begins to speak and praise the glory of the Queen of Humanity. Eve is taken aback by this and says that, to her knowledge, her and Adam were the only two who could talk. And with that, the flattery now moves into trickery. The serpent says that he was just a normal snake, crawling around on the ground until he came across a beautiful smelling fruit. When he ate of the fruit, he was immediately given knowledge of the universe. He says now with this newfound knowledge, he was
Step one. Guess what? Snakes don't eat fruit. That's what she messed up at. That nigga was lying.
Eve relents a little bit and says that she's not worthy of that much worship, but where's this fruit you're talking about? Satan is wearing at her with the same pride that once tempted him, and still continues to. So the serpent begins to lead Eve to this special fruit. And sure enough, as you probably imagined, the fruit is of the tree of knowledge. The tree that, if they are to eat of it, they should surely die. Whenever they get there, Eve sighs and says, "Oh, this is the tree that I'm not supposed to eat of." The serpent, puzzled, asks, "Why are you not supposed to eat of this?" And Eve says, "Well, God told Adam and I that if we ever eat of it, we should surely die." The serpent laughs and says, "Oh, Queen of the universe, you won't die. I mean, I'm just a snake, right? And I ate it, and I'm okay. As a matter of fact, I'm better than okay. I have knowledge, I can speak, I can think of divinity. So if I'm just a snake, and I got all of those powers, what will happen to you?" He begins to tempt her, saying that you could be as powerful as God. And as a matter of fact, I bet that's why God doesn't want you to have it. God just doesn't want you to have the powers that he does. And even if you don't get those powers, you'll definitely become something special.
The plotting is so
As a
real.
matter of fact, I bet it's a test. I bet this is
The
a
plot's
test
thickening.
to see if you can stand up against the will of God to deserve a spot by his side. And besides, even forgetting all of that, is God really going to end his creation for just eating one measly fruit? What kind of God would that be? And while it's easy for us to look at this and think that Eve's being dumb, you have to realize this is a person who has never encountered any form of deception or guile. She is innocence in its purest form. And all it takes is a little suggestion for the will to turn away from what is right and what is just into selfish desire. So then, desiring knowledge and desiring to be like God, we know where this story goes, and Eve eats the fruit. The story says that the second she bites the fruit, quote, "Earth felt the wound, and nature from her seat, sighing through all her works, gave sign of woe. The goodwill and cooperation of all of earth was broken by the jealous and hateful nature of a fallen serpent. So, seeing that his work is done, the serpent slithers away as Eve continues to eat the fruit. After a minute, she sits there and thinks about the concept of death and how she's now willingly invited it in. She then thinks of Adam and what will happen to him. If Adam eats of the fruit, will he ascend to the same godhood that Eve is trying to achieve? And if she's to die from this, does that mean Adam will continue to live forever? Will God make him another Eve? And she says, if I die from this knowledge, I couldn't stand for him to have another Eve. We will share all, even death. With that, Eve bows to the tree of knowledge.
What you said?
And runs to find Adam.
Emma?
And then my favorite scene from the entire story takes place. The story cuts to Adam, who is making a flower wreath for Eve to wear, as he thinks of her as a queen, so he's making her a crown. And as he's making this crown, he looks up and sees Eve standing there, holding the fruit of knowledge outstretched to him. As she's holding the fruit, Eve says that she can feel her mind growing and she's becoming as God. And she tells her love to eat of it so that they can be gods together. Then the story goes, thus Eve, with countenance blithe her story told, but in her cheek distemper flushing glowed. On the other side, Adam, soon as he heard the fatal trespass done by Eve, amazed, astonished, stood and blank, while horror chill ran through his veins and all his joints relaxed. From his slack hand, the garland wreath for Eve down dropped, and all the faded roses shed. Speechless he stood and pale, till thus at length, first to himself, he inward silence broke. So Adam's standing there, and Eve approaches him, and he sees in an instant what has happened. He doesn't even hear what she says about, I'm becoming a god, or we can become as gods. He just sees her holding the fruit and knows what she did. And it says in that moment he just let go, and the
this is the good part, by the way.
Roses fell from the roof. He drops the crown he made from her, and for the first time in all of paradise, the roses are faded. The color is beginning to die out from them, because death has already began to enter the world. And that picture of the last act of unadulterated love being dropped as a fading rose, man. And then to her, Adam says this: O fairest of creation, last and best of all God's works,
this is the one.
creature in whom excelled whatever can to sight or thought be formed, holy, divine, good, amiable, or sweet. How art thou lost? How on a sudden lost, defaced, deflowered, and now to death devote? Brother, how hast thou yielded to transgress the strict forbiddance? How to violate the sacred fruit forbidden? Some cursed fraud of enemy hath beguiled thee, yet unknown, and me with thee hath ruined. For with thee certain my resolution is to die. How can I live without thee?
Yeah.
How forgo thy sweet converse and love so dearly join, to live again in these wild woods forlorn? Should God create another Eve, and I another rib afford? Yet loss of thee would never from my heart. No, no. I feel the link of nature draw me. Flesh of flesh, bone of my bone thou art, and from thy state mine never shall be parted. Bliss or woe. It's such a...
I was like, damn.
Tragedy, right? This is the tragedy.
Yeah, that shit go hard.
Everything that comes afterwards comes from this.
Like somebody would have made an anime about it.
Like
that shit would be gas.
To snap at Eve, to be like, wow, what a foolish person to just fall.
And it goes further than this too, but it does like summarize after this.
In lies. It's not the idea of, wow, if only Eve would have thought a little harder. It's the fact that these were two people who loved each other and experienced perfection in a way that we never will this side of eternity. Just unfiltered bliss. And something came in between them, and after that happened, it's this slow erosion of perfection. And that's what the tragedy is. That's what's heartbreaking about it. See, in a perfect world, this sacrifice would never need to take place, and Adam and Eve could just love each other wholly, completely unfiltered. But now that the sin of man has crept in, it's perverted that perfection. It's good that Adam loves Eve as much as he does, and it says that God saw that it was good, that they complete each other so much. But now, despite Eve turning from what's correct, Adam still has that full love, and he's still fully dedicated to it. See, if this were any other story, this would be seen as admirable. This would be a beautiful part where a character sacrifices himself for the love of his life. But here it's so agonizing because the consequences cannot be worth it. But to Adam in that moment, that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about becoming a god. He doesn't care about tasting of knowledge. He just cares about Eve. And as he said, he's resolved to die for it. And that's what makes it so sad, right? Because it was just this perfect picture that envy broke into in the form of the serpent. And from there, everything fell apart. Whenever Adam begins to speak directly to Eve, the first phrase he says is, "Bold deed thou hast presumed, adventurous Eve," almost in a playful nature, knowing that he's already decided what he's going to do. And with that, Adam steps forward and eats of the fruit. And it says that the earth trembled from her entrails at the completing of mortal sin. So now both of them are not just divine creatures of love, they're beings of temper, of guile, of worry, fear, lust. Specifically, according to Milton's story here, the first emotion that the two feel is lust. As mentioned earlier, there's several times throughout the story where the two are intimate, but it's always framed as this beautiful act that is purely romantic and has no feeling of temperament or of need or of conquest in any form. It's seen as wholly beautiful until this moment. It says that Adam looks at Eve for the first time with lust throughout his being. And then from that, another moment of intimacy happens, but it's described as much harsher compared to what was seen before. It's done in a dark, hidden corner, and he's much more violent than previously stated. It's the first physical corruption of love, because Adam thought he was doing the right thing, and if even not the right thing, he thought he was doing what was right for him by sacrificing himself to be with Eve, because he wanted to maintain that love. But as we see from that scene, the love itself isn't there anymore. It's already been decayed ever since Eve made her first decision. And part of the tragedy of the fall
you see?
Adam sacrificed himself to chase a ghost. So after that, the two fall asleep, and when they wake up, they're immediately afraid. They wake up with fear of turmoil, of everything that could possibly go wrong. See, God never lied to them. It was a tree of knowledge. And as Raphael said, it's a tree of knowledge that you don't want any part of. But now that they've eaten of it, they're...
It's like how we look at a cat and be like, you're lucky you don't have, like, you just are. But you don't have to think about what you have to do for the rest of your life.
But now, for the first time, they recognize themselves naked. So they go and gather fig leaves and begin to weave them together so that they can cover themselves. They are no longer humans of divinity, but instead these corrupted beings and humanity fallen. Adam is terrified and sad as he knows that he can never look on divine beings like God or angels again without feeling shame and fear. Immediately...
Damn, so that's probably why we scared of them when we actually know what they look like.
There's never been anything close to an argument.
Yeah, they're like, do not be afraid.
Before they separate, by get into it, I mean, well, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do this. You're right, sweetie, and that's as far as the argument goes. But here, Adam is hateful. He blames her for everything.
Yeah.
Says it's her fault for falling to the serpent, saying that they never should have left each other in the first place. And Eve bites back, saying that if it wasn't me the serpent got to, then it probably would have got to you next. Wow. Adam then says that Eve is ungrateful because he sacrificed himself and took on death to be with her, and now she's blaming him for it. And then the two just continue to bicker, as the section ends by saying, "Thus they, in mutual accusation, spent the fruitless hours, but neither, self-condemning, and of their vain contest, appeared no end." The tragedy of it, like, the sorrow is that the sacrifice of Adam meant nothing. He was like, oh, this love has been lost, so surely if I follow you to death, the love will be there. But it's not that pure, uncontended love that he had before. He's not following her, he's falling to her level. And now they're just equally hateful. And the story paints the idea that wronged actions, even if done for the right or just reasons, are ultimately fruitless. Back in heaven, the angels are asking how Satan managed to step in. And God in heaven says that he allowed Satan to come in because humanity had the option of what it wanted to follow. See, it's a question throughout a lot of Christian and just, theology in general, of why the tree of knowledge was in the garden in the first place. As established, the purpose of humanity, as mentioned in most biblical ideas, and especially in Paradise Lost, is to have a perfect world for these beings of free will who can do whatever they want. But love and freedom are meaningless if there's not choice. At any point, Adam and Eve could leave the garden, they could separate themselves from God, they could give themselves to their own actions, and take on the chaos and turmoil of the universe around them. All they had to do was choose the way out, and the tree of knowledge was that way out. Without the tree of knowledge, free will doesn't exist. With that, the Son of God, which is again an extension of God, steps down to earth. The Son, referred to for the rest of the story as God, walks through the garden calling for Adam and Eve. Initially, the two are hiding from God, not wanting to face the consequences. Finally, after God yells for long enough, Adam and Eve step out. God asks why they hid, and Adam said that he was embarrassed because he felt naked. Again, a symptom of sin itself. So, God looks at Adam and says, "Did you eat the fruit?" And Adam says what he should absolutely not say. He says, well, I only ate the fruit because Eve ate it first, and Eve brought the fruit to me. So, since you, God, gave me Eve, I figured that she wasn't capable of doing wrong. Because why would you give me something that would cause me to sin?
Damn.
Which is
Not a good
horrible answer. That's literally just being like, hey, that whole free will and consequence thing, how's that going? And him being like, well, it's really your fault if you think about it. So you need to clean up your act.
Damn.
God responds to Adam and says, oh, is Eve God now? He then moves to Eve and says, why did you eat of the fruit? Eve says that the serpent tempted her, to which, as seen in the book of Genesis, it says the serpent was cursed to crawl on its belly and to bite the heel of man, and man bruise its head. There's a lot of argument and debate over whether this means like physically snakes or like the serpent as in Satan or the visage of Satan, but whatever, the serpent gets cursed. God says that the heel of man will continue to bruise the head of the serpent until, quote, Jesus, the son of Mary, the second Eve, delivers the fatal bruise. Which, what a beautiful way to think about Mary, right? As the second Eve, humanity's second attempt at perfection. So if you know the book of Genesis, you pretty much know what happens next. Their punishment is Eve will have to endure the pains of childbirth, as will the mothers that come after her. Adam is that he can no longer simply just pick up food and eat it. He must work and toil for food, and he will encounter things like thorns and brambles, and it won't be as easy. And, of course, death will eventually face them. However, while for Adam and Eve this is a horrifying thought, in actuality, it is a form of deliverance. See, whenever God and the Son of God were having the conversation in heaven in the scene prior, God points out that they are now creatures that have been cursed with sin, and because of that, there will always be selfish desires and hate. So because through an action they gave themselves to sin, God offers them an out. Through another action, they can save themselves from sin. At the time of Adam and Eve, that was through the following of the new law that God would set up for them and the sacrifice. To represent that sacrifice, sheep are then killed in the garden, the first deaths, as sheepskin is draped over their body as actual clothing. To maintain free will and the importance of humanity, as humanity committed an act of selfishness in order to give themselves to the devil, they must commit another act of selfishness, a sacrifice, in order to remove that grief of sin in order to be acceptable to re-enter heaven. In that way, death is not as much a punishment as it is a readmittance into the family of God. This is something that would be talked a lot throughout the entire Bible, of the idea that death has no staying power or sting.
Yeah, when you die, that's like when you die, that's your second chance as like being a divine creature.
While this is happening, remember how sin and death were building a chaos bridge to Earth? Well, they've been doing that through the entire story, and at this point they're almost there. As that's also happening, we see that Satan has now made his way back to Pandemonium. He comes there proud to this cheering crowd and says that he now embraces the name of Satan. See, up until this point in the story, while the narrative called him Satan, he did not have a name, because as mentioned in the beginning, the angels that fell from heaven had their names removed. So Satan says that he's taking on the name Satan as it means adversary. And now, since he's had this victory against God's creation of man, he will forever be the adversary against God. This is intercut with sin and death making their way to earth and immediately beginning to pollute everything. Sin's children, the Cerberus things, which are creatures like greed and discord, go about and cause everything to start fighting each other. The animals begin to fight each other. There begins to be turmoil in the clouds and the weather. Death begins to kill off trees and animals one by one. And sin says that eventually death should kill humanity after she's corrupted them. Again, the consequences of allowing sin and free will of anything to enter into earth. As Satan's giving his speech back in Pandemonium, he says that they have won this war and that now the time to strike at earth and heaven has come. And as soon as he says this, himself as well as all of the other fallen angels in Pandemonium turn into snakes. They all crawl around on the ground as these starving serpents, and it says they're so hungry. And at the same time, trees shoot up around hell that have the fruit from the tree of knowledge. But anytime that the snakes try to eat it, it turns to ash, so they're just miserable. And then after, I guess, a few days of this, they turn back into their normal forms, but it says that every year, that just randomly happens. And while they will continue to spread their influence and tempt man for the generations to come, they're transforming into the form that originally.
Yeah, that is true. Like, think about it. If you're in there because of what happened with men, they just gonna blame us because that's something they can do. They can't strike against God, but they gonna strike against His creation.
But again, humanity has free will, will and can choose to follow the will of Satan if they wish.
So, and then they're like technically eternal.
And destroy whatever he wants. And that's the last that we see of Satan in the story.
They got nothing better else to do.
In this kind of place of limbo, where he must continuously fight and toil against God, knowing that he can never get all the way. So then the story then finishes out on Adam and Eve. Adam looks at the world and the destruction around him and wishes that he were dead. As Adam is crying, Eve begins to try to comfort him, and he immediately snaps back and blames her for all of it. And then there's this really sad scene where Eve breaks down and begins crying and begs for Adam's forgiveness, saying that whatever happens, death or otherwise, please don't leave me. And whenever she says that, Adam relents for a moment and recognizes these new emotions that are coming over him are powerful, and he has to keep them in check. Adam says that where they are at now cannot be undone. So the best course of action they have is to just love each other as much as they can in spite of themselves. Eve then says, "Let us seek death, or he not found, supply with our own hands his office on ourselves." Eve fears that her children will be subject to the same curse that she currently has. So she says, what if we just end it all? Which, in all of my years of philosophizing and considering creation in the biblical story, I never considered that. What would have happened if after the fall, humanity just stopped right there? Would there have been another similar effect? Would the entire experiment just be ended altogether? While in Eve it seems momentary, to us it would be literally the most monumental event ever that we would never be aware of because we wouldn't exist. Adam warns of this train of thought because he's
like Eve making a decision in the moment not to stop having kids is probably the reason we're here now. But we gonna suffer just like her.
That one day the Son of God would come, Jesus.
And if she didn't want it to, she could have ended there.
So if that's ever to take place, then they have to carry.
But we wouldn't even know that. We will be an enigma. So we may or may not be a twinkle in like our reality may or may not be a twinkle in somebody's eye, or like an actual thought in somebody's brain.
So the two return to the area where they first talked to God and bow on their face and ask for forgiveness. It's then in heaven that the Son of God directly talks to God and makes intercession for man. And it's here at this moment, recognizing humanity's forgiveness, that the Son of God solidifies that one day he will go to earth, he will be made as a man, and by humanity's own actions he will be killed, but it will be the final sacrifice. And from that, a direct line will be made from earth to heaven that all can enter in. Because seeing humanity's regret and hope in spite of their despair means that through God, they have potential to rejoin him at his side. Now that being said, they are corrupt creatures who will inevitably corrupt and sin more, and because of that, they must leave the garden. But in order to give them faith, and this is one of the primary turns from the biblical account to Milton's account, God tells Michael, the leader of heaven's army, to go and remove them from the garden, but to make sure they have hope as he does. So Michael comes to them and says that they have to leave. It also says that whenever Michael appears, he is fierce and full of glory in his full form, and they can barely look at it. Again, humanity no longer has divinity, so they view these divine creatures as these terrifying monoliths of power, rather than companions they once knew. Eve begins to cry at hearing this, and Adam holds her and says that it will be okay because she's still his holy mother. There's this concept in some realms of Christianity. It's something known as the fortune fall. And it's the idea that the fall was actually a good thing because it caused people... I don't know why that got me so much. Adam's love for her, even in spite of sin. I guess that's the love we know currently, right? Love.
My man's crying.
But the fortune fall is this whole concept that the fall was a good thing because it allows good to rise up in spite of it. Or like all of these great heroes of the Bible would never have existed if they didn't have to stand up against sin. And while I don't agree with that for multiple reasons, primarily I don't think, good people is a worthy trade-off for, death and murder and, not perfection. But that being said, there is a beauty to, after everything, after recognizing sin for the first time, and all of the horrors that are going to befall humanity, that Adam still looks at Eve and calls her the Holy Mother. There's something about Eve throughout the story, how she's mentioned as being like this destination of perfection. Even the angels bow at her respect. It's such a romantic picture of reverence. And then even after she fell, and then Adam fell after her, and still in this lowest state, he looks at her, and she's still the mother. Michael reaffirms this by saying that the most important thing that they have on earth is the unity between themselves. And that whatever happens going forward, God's promise to them is that they were made to complete each other. And that promise will never be broken. Adam begins to break down, realizing that he'll never be able to speak to God again, but Michael corrects him and says that he can speak to God anywhere, not just Eden, the first concept of things like prayer and devotion. Michael says that he wants to show Adam something, and he waves his hand over Eve, and she falls into a peaceful sleep. He then takes Adam, and again, this is the whole part that's specific to just Milton's account. He takes Adam to a mountaintop, and from this mountaintop, he can see an entire hemisphere of the earth. And it's here that Michael gives Adam a run-through of all of humanity. Adam, as the father to mankind, has the privilege or misfortune, depending on how you look at it, of seeing everything that he will begot. Adam remarks at the size of this mountain, and Michael comments that it is very similar to a mountain that one day Jesus, the Son of God, will be led to by Satan, whenever Satan tried to tempt God and show him the kingdoms of the world that he could inherit. And that after that, he will be led to another mountaintop, and from there, sin won't matter anymore. Michael then takes water from the well of life and drops it into Adam's eyes. At first, he sees two men in a field, and they begin to fight before one of them kills the other. Michael tells him that this will be the fate of Adam's first sons, Cain and Abel. Adam is horrified by this. You have to realize he's never seen the death before, or at least the death of a human. And he asks, is this what death is? Is this going to happen to everyone? And Michael elaborates that there will be many more from the consequences of this world. Fire, flood, famine, disease. He shows Adam something that can only be described as a hospital, as it is some type of structure full of people dying of different slow and agonizing means. Adam asks if there is a way to avoid any of this, and Michael says yes, through temperance, safety, and wisdom, a peaceful death can be achieved. But chaos and chance have entered the world, and good will be rewarded with bad, and bad will be rewarded with good. He affirms that death in itself is a blessing to a believer, as it allows them to return to what they were always meant to be. But enjoying a fruitful life and experiencing the gifts of God on earth is a blessing in itself as well. From there, Adam has all kinds of visions. He sees these great empires start and wars begin, and he sees a man speaking up against those wars before he's carried away into heaven, this man being Enoch. He sees
Yo, I gotta get off after this.
And one man preaching against
How you doing,
before he builds a boat to escape a flood.
Yeah, like you got 13 minutes.
He sees the rainbow and the covenant of God's mercy. This is a lot for Adam, as you could imagine, over the course of a couple minutes, seeing from his children all the way to the flood. So Michael says, I'll just tell you the rest. He speaks of how Noah will be righteous, but generations later, a ruler named Nimrod will try to build a tower to conquest heaven. And from that Tower of Babel, the languages will be separated and humanity will begin to spread across the earth. A lot of the evil that's described comes from the spirit of conquest, with the idea that the reason Nimrod built the Tower of Babel was, we've conquested everything down here, let's go that way. Adam, who again, this is all new information to him, asks Michael how one can wish to rule others if it's so awful. And while Michael remarks that it is true some are ruled over by other people, and it is definitely wrong to rule over other people, several people are ruled over by their own desire and sin. Michael describes sin as this taskmaster who buckles people down and makes them chase their whims and desires, never accomplishing or bettering the world throughout their life. He then speaks of the lineage of Abraham and how Moses will one day come to take Abraham's people out of Egypt, and they will go to a land that was promised to him in Canaan. He speaks of the lineages from Joshua through the judges to King David, and how eventually the lineage of righteousness will come to a woman by the name of Mary and her son Jesus. Adam is excited to hear this. He says, that Jesus, that's the guy who's supposed to fight Satan. Tell me of his great battle. And Michael says that there won't be a battle. And instead of coming with the glory and fury of an army in order to make humanity bend to his will, then instead, Jesus will step down lower than man, and that he will allow himself to be beaten, hurt, and murdered by them so that he can take on the debt of humanity in the ultimate and final sacrifice of love. With one act of envy and pride, humanity was condemned, and then with another act, as Jesus becoming man, one man, through an act of love and humility, will save humanity eternal. And throughout all of it, the choice never left. The free will, the beauty of humanity was always there. No matter how corrupted or torn apart it was, it's always there, and that choice has always been open. I know it's very cheesy and weird to cry in YouTube videos, and I hate doing it. Every time I see another YouTuber doing it, I'm like, oh, that's cringe, and then I do it, and I'm like, oh, that's cringe. But it's real to me. It's just a lot to look at these stories. I was the same way with Divine Comedy. I remember when I started reading Paradise Lost, I was like, this is a bad idea. It's gonna get me in the end. And the whole story, I was like, and then the part with Adam calling Eve mother, I'm like, I've almost got me. But then this final scene comes with Michael explaining the sin debt to Adam and how it will all be made okay in the end. And to view this, the beginning of humanity, and have Michael explain where it goes, and just like I said, it's real. It means a lot. Anyway, he continues and says that one day Judgment Day will come and hell will be forever destroyed and earth and heaven will be joined as one. And that, as a matter of fact, this new earth, which Adam and Eve will have access to one day, will be far better than paradise itself. Adam ponders these things and says, well, naturally, if several follow God, then several are going to follow Satan as well. So what happens to the followers of God who are persecuted by Satan? Again, Michael says it's a realm of free will and choice, and that persecution will come, but that the believers will have the Holy Spirit and God with them to endure this persecution. Michael goes on to say, as a matter of fact, there will be several who do evil and are followers of Satan who appear as wolves inside of churches and religious groups, saying that not even all who tout the flag of Christ actually follow him. Adam thinks on these things and says that within himself, he contains hope, and that is its own form of paradise. Specifically, he says he carries paradise with him wherever he goes. I love this so much because earlier in the story, when Satan steps into the Garden of Eden and he realizes he doesn't feel better, it's because he carries hell with him, that despair, that hatred. He's always full of it. And that's the reason that he's not going to ask for forgiveness, because he's too bitter. He doesn't want it. And then on the flip side, you have Adam, who has left the garden, but he carries hope with him, and that's his paradise. And the difference is just pure bitter hatred and envy is counteracted by beings that are us, that yes, while we know all those things, and why we can experience and give ourselves away to them, we also have hope, that peace of the garden, that peace of paradise still inside of us. And that's what separates us from the despair of hell. Just as Satan carries hell, we carry Eden. As they come back down off the mountain, Adam comes to Eve, who's waiting on him. Eve's excited to tell him that she has had these dreams of what humanity will be. But at the end of it all, there is a beautiful shepherd, as she refers to it, a Messiah, who makes all of the suffering and travesty worthwhile. And with agony of leaving Eden, but with confidence and hope for the future, the two step out of the garden. Michael leads them out as a cherub waits guard at the gate. Again, this is mentioned in Genesis. And the story ends with these lines. They looking back, all the eastern side beheld of paradise. So late their happy seat waved over by that flaming brand. The gate, with dreadful faces thronged and fiery arms. Some natural tears they dropped, but wiped them soon. The world was all before them, where to choose their place of rest, and Providence their guide. They, hand in hand, with wandering steps and slow, through Eden, took their solitary way. And with that, the story ends. But John Milton painted this picture of, yes, the tragedy and the downfall of the garden. And I skipped over, a lot of the beauty and the poetry, but hopefully from the sections I did read, you can see that the magnitude of what was being decided is hard to even describe. But then there, with Michael's visions to Adam, there is hope at the end of it. So the story ends in this middle area. While, yes, they have to leave the garden, and yes, they cannot know divinity without experiencing death.
Yeah.
Pieces of that hope with them.
That's crazy.
That one day it will all return.
Us having hope and faith, and hopefully they get back divinity.
Hell will be forever destroyed, and earth and heaven will be joined as one. And that, as a matter of fact, the its new Earth, which Adam and Eve will have access to one day, will be far better than paradise itself. Adam ponders these things and says, well, naturally, if several follow God, then several are going to follow Satan as well. So what happens to the followers of God who are of people I see who read this story and are like, was Satan the good guy? Is phenomenal. Like,
dead ass.
Any academic source about Paradise
Like,
Lost,
nah, bro, he
like,
did not give a fuck about humanity.
Protagonist? Is this story a critique of heaven? To the degree that whenever I finished reading it and then was reading these articles, I'm like, did I miss something?
Yeah, them boys was tripping.
Like, everyone's stupid. Got it. Because everyone looks at Satan's arguments whenever he's like, what if we were equal to God? What if we had the power of God? Oh, what if tyranny is heaven, better to reign in hell, blah, blah, blah. And they're all
crazy.
like, no. This guy raises some good points.
Which, he's spitting.
I don't know if we read the same story, but Satan invented, death, as well as the word bad. Like, bad may have been a concept, but it didn't exist yet. And all the analysis for this story are like, oh, well, maybe he was rebelling against tyranny. I mean, to be forced into subjugation, and by subjugation, I mean existence. What a horrific state to be in. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but Satan was lying the entire time.
The entire time.
We're shown that he directly despised the Son of God and was jealous of him. And everything he did was just motive for that. He didn't look at the socio-economic factors of heaven and decide that there needs to be change.
Nope.
He felt envy.
He was just jealous.
Others to follow that envy.
Jealous and prideful.
If
That's
there
it.
was, like, some problem, which there wasn't, but even if you feel like there was no problem, is inventing bad justification for that? Like, oh, this archangel, he definitely deserved to be by God's side. That's why it's justified that he made death. Like, I'm sorry, did the snake write this? I know if, like, you're not familiar with the story, that's a weird tangent to go on.
The snake write this.
I'm telling you, every analysis of this story is like, wow, it's so wild that a Protestant leader from the 1600s made Satan the good guy. Which, yeah, if you have a second grade
Which is
reading
crazy.
level, I can only imagine the person who feels that way. And if that's anyone watching,
But
I'm
up off.
that you're still getting roasted. I can only imagine.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Story, and they're just fully.
Leave a follow. But I gotta dip. It's getting late. I'll see you guys later.